Today, I came to an epiphany that I had to share, okay? So, I'm pretty much halfway through my 25 years of age. And, you always heard of how the prefrontal cortex gets fully developed when you're 25. And I was always wondering, how could I be able to tell once my prefrontal cortex is developed? Is there gonna be like a sudden change in my personality? Am I gonna feel it? Am I going to completely change as a person? What does that look like exactly to have your prefrontal cortex developed? And today I had an epiphany of what that looks like for me and how I could tell that my prefrontal cortex was developed. So they say that how it becomes developed is you're generally more focused on your goals. Something that I used to struggle with growing up is a lot of anxiety, and I still struggle with a lot of anxiety, but it used to be so bad that it would hinder everything I would do. Whenever I had to ask for favors or whenever I wanted to ask somebody for help, I would always get so consumed with anxiety. When I had interviews, when I had just anything that I wanted to do, I would just be filled with stress and anxiety and fears that would inhibit me from doing anything about it. And suddenly, when I turned 25, it's gonna sound so crazy, but for some reason, it just became easier to do things. I kind of just do things without thinking too much about it. I know it sounds like a little weird, but let me give you an example. So, I started a new job and I was looking for another job and I needed to ask a reference from my current employer, and I would be past me, which I've been in this situation before in the past. I would get so anxious to ask, like, oh, like I'm not good enough. Like, what if they don't think I'm good enough, or like, what if they say no? What if they give me a bad recommendation? All these things. But now I just kind of do it. I just kind of don't think about it too much, or I don't think about it too much in depth as I used to. Or even when it comes to just the things that I want to do that is different, I'm much more willing to not sacrifice, but just really get into it and do what I have to do. And I just don't have that. I mean, I still do have anxiety and things I'm insecure about that I struggle with, and I think that that's always going to be a thing that, we try to learn and we try to do our best, and we, with everything that we have. But I think in terms of like things to do, in terms of gaining something outside of myself, so a job, a career, school, anything like that is a lot easier to me. I think now I just struggle a lot more philosophically, finding the meaning in life, finding what my purpose is and stuff like that. Those are still things I'm anxious about, but about like actually physically achieving stuff, it's not that much. I don't get that worried anymore. So yeah, that's it. That's how I knew my prefrontal cortex was developed, or is developing as we speak. If any of you guys have your own experiences, how you noticed that, turning 25 changed you in some way, let me know. I'd be curious. I'd be curious to know, actually, if this is a universal experience or not, because it's yeah, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. Yeah. Oh, and another example actually is YouTube. Growing up, I was always so anxious to make YouTube videos. Like so anxious. I'd be so scared of what people would say, of putting myself out there, of, you know, not being enough, or like not feeling like I can express my thoughts properly. But now I kind of just said fuck it, you know, like yeah. So yeah, if you guys have any experiences, things you've been through, things that you realized when you turn 25, things that you've reflected upon, let me know. Yeah, be cool to see, you know, because I always thought this prefrontal cortex shit was bullshit. But yeah, no, that was the epiphany I got today. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.